Okay, my friends, I came across this morning. This is from the Hidden Circuit. It's called Before I Die, Please Listen. The world's top Sumerian expert reveals we got everything wrong, and he means everything, and exactly the same situation that I'm in. They destroyed him because he was willing to say we were wrong. I have the evidence to show that we were just totally wrong about the mythology and so forth. That stuff is real. And he came up with the reality that everything that he has been teaching was wrong. And what they told him was, this will destroy everything on all the universities. They'll have to start over. So they just dismissed it and hid it in a box. All right, just listen to what he has to say here. This is about the expert, the top guy that wrote all the beginning. He was the real impetus to Sumerian understanding, and he realized after 50 or 60 years he got every single thing wrong that he was talking about, and he brought it up to his peers, and they just squashed it exactly like they do with everything else. That's academia here.
Many years of research by numerous scholars, including myself.
The man who taught the world everything it knows about the first human civilization died trying to warn us that none of it was true. His colleagues buried the warning, and the footage disappeared into an archive. Because if he was right, everything we have been taught about where we came from is wrong. His last words on camera were dread sentences. Before I die, please listen. We have gotten this wrong, not the details, the whole framework. This is what Samuel Noah Kramer found, and why the academic establishment has spent 30 years making sure you never find out.
All right, this is what I'm up against right now. Only I have evidence he had just a misunderstanding, and he was trying to change the wording, basically. I have physical evidence to prove the things I'm saying, and I am being crushed by the same academics that destroyed him. They wouldn't allow this to be seen because it put them in danger, showing that they were not correct. Now it's even worse. All right, they could just make up, well, the guy's losing it, he's getting old, because he was 90 years old at this time. And they thought he was just going crazy. Now, I'm getting old too. I'm not 90, but I'm getting old. And trust me, the things that I am showing have been DNA tested and CAT scanned, and they are available to be seen. There were giants on the earth, and the mythology was not mythology, it was truth. And here's the proof of that, too. As you know, this is Quetzalcoatl. And this is, he's spitting out into the Gulf. This is his beards. And that's his headdress. And he snakes all the way up the East Coast. And up in the Green Mountains are his feathers. Those are not just mountains that are pushed up and this and that by tectonic plates. Those are feathers. And he goes all the way back. His shoulder is here. And there is his head, and there is his headdress. He's very well known in the Mayan, I believe it's the Mayans, all of the South American cultures and American side of the world. Now, on the other side of the world is Typhon, who was written about extensively as attacking the gods. And the gods changed themselves into fish, or into animals. And it was said that Aphrodite and Eros tied themselves together. And this right here is the head of Typhon. And all his throat is all scaled dragon scales going all the way down his throat. Obviously, he's just a dragon. And it goes all the way down. These are dragon scales. All the way down to his stomach, which is way over here. And he is attacking this gigantic fish. These things are not in question. These were written. The account is exactly identical to what we see. And the same thing with Quetzalcoatl. This is Typhon, and this is either Euros or Aphrodite. So we have gotten everything wrong in our history, and it's been suppressed by the people we trust. Okay, if you're into history and nature, I'm sure you've heard of David Attenborough, and he's turning 100 years old. This is just 5 hours ago, 20 minutes ago. Now, I want to show you something because it fulfills exactly what we were talking about before. He's been with the stars and the King Charles and all of these people. They really admire him, and I do too. At 100, David Attenborough is the nature's most trusted voice. This is Time magazine one day ago, and he is trusted, although he's completely wrong. You know, they're going to have all kinds of tributes to him, and the guy did the best he could with working with academics. But the academics just would not work with the truth. Now, I was so dismissed by academia that I thought I could trust David Attenborough, and I can. I'm not putting this on him. I wrote him a letter back in 2014, and in my frustration, not having anybody else. And he wrote back to me, said, "Dear Roger Spur, thank you for your note. I am somewhat mystified by it. I have never made a video on Mudfossils. Indeed, I know nothing of the subject. My interest is not in recent entombment, but fossils that have been many millions of years old. Yours sincerely, David Attenborough." It was very, very nice to write back to me. But I tried to make him understand that some of the things that they think are many, many million years old are not that old. They died in the Great Flood, and the Great Flood was not 560 million years ago. It was only 3,500 years ago. And now I have all the evidence and proof to show what I'm saying is true. With the Triassic era, they said Triassic, that's 560 million years ago. And before that, there was nothing but slime. Well, no, there was all kinds of creatures here, and they were giants, just as they said in the ancient texts. Okay, my friends, I am not doing this whatsoever to disparage David Attenborough. He was a vital, a supporter of nature and so forth. Very, very nice guy. But he was just wrong based on doing his work based on academia. And academia is totally wrong. They know they're wrong, and they are totally willing to lie about it. This means nothing to them for the truth, as long as they're protected and they look like they knew what they were doing. Regardless of whether it just misleads us or not, they have no interest in the truth if it leads away from their statements. That's my claim, that's my feeling, that's my opinion. And I see them now as being totally fraudulent. For him, I could understand they would put a spin on it and say, the guy's just getting old, forget about that. For me, it's not possible. And everybody in the world knows it now. The ones that have been paying attention are finding mud fossils everywhere in the world. Mud fossils points to the truth of our existence and our history. And if it will not be examined, that is a tragedy. And I think this is where we should be putting our interest now, is what did they say about Quetzalcoatl? What did they say about Typhon? Who was in charge? What about the gods and the mythology? As far as I'm concerned, virtually all of it is based in reality. Virtually all of it. All right, thank you.